Hello, CJ.
Hi, can you hear me?
I hear you somehow.
I don't have video going right now.
Um, Let me make sure I get the audio. The whole idea is it's supposed to come through the speaker. Yeah, I'm having a. It was kind of okay. I hear you a little bit, but I know it's coming from.
Testing, testing, one, two, three.
I just got lucky.
Testing, testing. You're all
Yeah,
good?
you're not coming through the main system, which is what my intent was.
Oh, I'm
You're coming
sorry.
through another computer that I have as a guest, so everybody can hear you except for me.
Put your headphones on.
Um, Actually, I've got a speaker system that it's supposed to be coming through. Oh, test speaker. Oh, that's crazy. Well, I can do that one. Okay, can you talk now?
Testing, testing. One, two, three. Testing, testing.
Yeah, I can hear in the computer. There. And you're the only one so far, and maybe you will be.
There is an RJ Ren.
That's me.
Ah, okay. So you're on two
That's
places?
I am the presenter, but also I have a computer here, so I know what everybody else sees.
Gotcha.
Okay. I think you're now coming through on my main system. Can you say something?
Testing, testing. One, two, three. Testing, testing.
Why is that? I hear myself as well as you. Oh, I see. There. I've done the test. Okay, now.
Testing, testing. One, two,
There we
three.
go. And you
Alrighty.
can hear me too.
I'm
Okay.
going to turn off my audio.
Okay. We'll just go ahead and start the presentation. We'll just go with it. Thank you for coming. You tell me how it looks. Right now I'm eating, which is a wonderful way to start. Okay. Well, it's so good to have you come and to have everyone here. We're going to close. Well, I don't want to close the door because I'm not here yet. Yeah, that's good. Good. It's nice to be here. Oh, thank you. Yeah. So we have Judy here. Judy's here. And we have a way to show you who is here. Right now, I'm looking at the screen that's just on my computer. But we do have a little webcam, and you can see the room that we're in.
Hi, Judy.
And you can see that there's no one here except for us.
I can
Judy's
see
in
her.
there.
I can
Yeah.
see her.
But there were a lot of people that got information about it, and so we're just going to keep on going and handing out information and finding people to bring to this. We have we have an exciting opportunity to share, and we would like to share that. Now, when I say opportunity, it means we're looking for people that other businesses or people that we can collaborate with. Of course, we're interested in brokers as well, but it's both. So the best thing that we can do is to what we're going to do is to talk about who we are and how we do it. And that will help people understand what it is, what the opportunity just might be. So let's begin with the program. Okay, so here's the slide. So we are known as Mature Insurance Solutions in California. We are also known as a DBA in Nevada as My Insurance Solutions, and it is defined as an LLC, MIS Inc., not LLC, and Inc., in Nevada. So this is an overview of what we do, and so let's continue with this. Now, there's a little video here. Tell me if you can hear this.
The U.S. is approaching a record-breaking year for retirement. In 2024, we're expected to see more than 11,000 Americans turn 65 years old on a daily basis. That means more than 4 million Americans will reach that age this year.
I'm not hearing it.
Experts are calling peak 65 in the largest surge of retirement age Americans.
So, what's happening, of course, is that you've heard of the baby boomer generation, and we have lots of baby boomers that are turning 65. That is a huge deal in our business, and it's an opportunity that part of what we do is based on, for sure. So the baby boomers turned 65 and began turning 65 in 2010, and we will have continuing growth in this area till about 2030. And even when it does go down, it's just going to be a little less than it was before, but we're going to have baby boomers for a while yet. I'm in the middle of that range myself, that range. 11,000 people are turning 65 every day. So we have the Medicare eligible have obstacles because of the fact, we'll talk about what those obstacles are. Probably everybody is aware, when your phone rings or when you see advertisements, that those advertisements can be very misleading. I've had things happen with clients. I had somebody who needed help. He was in a nursing facility getting some rehabilitation care, and his insurance wasn't working because of a change in networks. So he's watching the TV, and the TV gave him an ad on there, and so he needed help, so he called the phone number. And the person on the other end switched him to another plan, and none of his providers were in network with that plan either. But they were just looking to switch him. That's what happens with the people that call on the phone. We are not that at all. We're local brokers. We're here to help people. There's a lot of unscrupulous people out there, aggressive and misleading advertising, and they're just out to get people to sign up for plans. We don't do that. There is a need for honest, local people, competent, that understand Medicare and that want to do the right thing for their clients. Even that means not selling a plan to that client. We help people navigate Medicare. It's not just the Medicare, but it's the health system. There are things we can't fix, but we can certainly help people navigate through the health systems and put themselves in a position where they're covered for the care that they are going to get, and also have the providers that go with it. I'm going all over the place with this. So how can our vulnerable seniors get the real help they need? Which is what comes up over here. Who can they trust? Well, me, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we want to be the people they trust. And there's plenty of opportunity for that. Will the state help them? That's a question. We do have, when we talk about, there are disclaimers that we're required to tell people that they could go to Medicare.gov, they could call the state health insurance program. There are nice people there, but they are volunteers. And what goes with that is, we'll talk a little bit about this. The state health insurance systems programs, we're not here to really knock them. They do a service. But because of the way they're structured, they have volunteers. They'll do some training, but as brokers, we are active in the marketplace. We are communicating with the insurers. We find out what is going on in networks. We know what is coming down the pike. When we do sell plans, we get paid, and we get paid to support our clients. The SHIP people are volunteers, and so they don't have the tools that local brokers have in order to support their clients. CMS always refers consumers to SHIP for Medicare guidance, but a 2-year study of 306 secret shoppers reveals serious gaps in the knowledge of the counselors. Phone calls to SHIP went unanswered. I'm just reading the slide now that's on here. Were responses accurate and complete? They weren't. There were some wrong answers. The other thing is, there's a difference between traditional Medicare and Medicare Advantage. There are lots of differences between them. We educate our clients and help them understand the differences between those. And the features and the reasons you might want to do one over the other. We also work with our clients before and after a sale with respect to the network, understanding what doctors, what hospitals are available in different plans, and prescription drug formulas are the drugs that someone takes, the client or the beneficiary taking in the formulary for each of the plans that you are looking at. What is the bias of the counselor? The way I see it is that a Medicare, there are two different things. Original Medicare doesn't pay for everything. And the way I view it is that they are two equally good options, but it depends on what the person's situation is as to which option is better for that person. And we're not going to go into the details of that here right now, maybe a little later. But there are Medicare is a federal program, and when people work and they become eligible for Medicare, Medicare will help pay for medical expenses, but it doesn't pay for everything. So you need to do something to fill in the gap with something that's either Medicare Advantage or Medicare Supplement plan. We take both, but we handle both. When we talk to clients, we ask them questions such as, what is your income? Do you travel? Do you travel out of state a lot? What is your preference? Do you need medical providers in other states versus here and here? Or do you need medical providers in different systems, even here in town in Reno? We ask those questions because that helps us guide people to a solution that's going to work best for them. So, again, our point here isn't to knock ship, but to just make the point that a broker is paid by the insurance companies, and as I see it, it is a really good business practice to help people get to the solution that works best for them, because they're going to be the longest term clients there. Okay, the situation is dire. Over next 15 years, 50% of the current insurance workforce will retire. This retirement cliff will leave more than 400,000 open positions unfilled. That is from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. More people are requiring help with Medicare. Who can they call? There are fewer experienced insurance agents who can help because of the retirements. And we need good people to help. So, and my phone is ringing in it. That's I'm sorry, the phone was ringing here. Why is a local agent? When we meet with people, we provide personalized guidance to people. We we provide personalized guidance with people. We provide year-round support. We're not here just for the annual election period. The only person in the meeting is CJ. Yeah, at this time. We have knowledge of local plans and providers. During the year, we're constantly in touch with the providers that are in the area, and with the local plans. So we're always maintaining the pulse of where we're at with respect to what is going on in the local market. And I always forget to say this, we never cost anything. We get paid by commission when we sell plans. The insurance companies then pay us to service our clients. And that's what we do. We're actually a trusted community resource. Okay. We have here are the founders of the organization. The first person is John Thompson. He's the CEO, and the second person is Steve Catazid, the president. They have been. They began doing this a number of years ago, since 2010, and have built quite an organization. And there's quite a bit to the organization that exists, and there's a very good reason why this is a good organization to work with, and I am part of that organization. In 2010, John and Steve identified a critical need in the Medicare insurance industry, viewing it as both a crisis and an opportunity. They established the MIS leadership system to train agents and agencies to address this need. And MIS is distinguished by its unparalleled high-tech touch support, transforming the quality of health insurance planning in the Medicare space. So, our intent is not to go over all the details of Original Medicare, but we'll go into a little bit here regarding how Medicare works. Okay, so Original Medicare is a federal health insurance program. People become eligible for Medicare by being a citizen for 5 years. Being a legal resident for 5 years, a citizen, and there's a few other things that make you eligible for Medicare. When people work, they pay money into Medicare. It's taken as part of FICA taxes. That is not about eligibility for Medicare. What that does is after one pays into it for 10 years, that makes it so that Part A is zero premium. But that is different than eligibility. You can be eligible and not have paid anything in Medicare taxes. Some people get confused with that. Some people get confused between Social Security and Medicare. Medicare is a separate program for health. Okay. So there are two main parts to original Medicare. Part A is hospital insurance. Part B is medical insurance. To keep it simple, there are a few services that are in there, but you can think of the hospital insurance as being the hospital and the nurse. Part B, medical insurance, covers doctors, lab tests, durable medical equipment, ambulance, everything else basically aside from the hospital and the nurse, but not prescription drugs. That's a separate piece of it. So when we use the term original Medicare, we are referring specifically to parts A and B. Okay. So original Medicare, as I view it, is designed for people who have medical issues already. So it doesn't pay for everything, and we'll explain a little bit about that. For example, for medical services, it'll pay 80%, and then you pay 20%. When you talk about hospitals and nursing and things like that, there are deductibles and copays associated with it. The big point about original Medicare is that there is no limit on the out-of-pocket cost that a client or a beneficiary has with it. So beneficiaries need a way to plug the hole in original Medicare. The first way is to use a Medicare supplement plan. Since Medicare does have gaps in it, there's such a thing as a Medigap or a Medicare supplement insurance plan, which is sold by private insurance companies, which you buy, or the beneficiary could buy, in exchange for the premium. It's designed to pick up what Medicare doesn't cover. There are 10 different plans. They're standardized plans. So just based on that, there's some variation between the plans, but it is designed to pick up what Medicare does not cover, and it definitely limits the maximum out-of-pocket cost. Okay. Medicare Advantage plans are a completely different solution. Medicare Advantage plans are private plans that are offered by insurance companies. Medicare Advantage plans have a contract with the government. So when someone signs up for Medicare Advantage plan, there is money. Now, when you have original Medicare, which is A and B, that provides one the ability to see any provider that takes original Medicare. Medicare then pays its part, and then the beneficiary pays his or her part. With the Medicare supplement, the supplement, of course, will pick up that difference. But there's value in that A and B because it does allow you to see providers. So what happens when you sign up for Medicare Advantage plan is that every month, Medicare takes money from the A and B and provides it to the plan on your behalf. And in exchange, the plan becomes responsible for all the Part A and Part B services. So now a Medicare Advantage plan has to provide those services, and the way they provide those services, they make contracts with providers. Those contracts are what determine the network that the Medicare Advantage plans offer. So that's a pretty quick high-level view of it. We're not going to go into a lot of detail there, but just know that there are two solutions: Medicare supplement and Medicare Advantage plans. Totally different for the people. If somebody can't afford the premium of supplement, well, a Medicare Advantage plan will have a much lower or zero premium because there's money coming from original Medicare to pay for it. Medicare Advantage plans have networks. Medicare supplements, because they contract for the services to get those services. Medicare supplements, there's no network. It's any provider that accepts Medicare will be able to, the supplement will supplement Medicare when Medicare pays anything. So there's no real network. We also have Part D plans. Those are prescription drug plans. Since original Medicare A and B doesn't cover prescription drugs, then there's such a thing as a Medicare Part D or drug plan that people need to go. That's part of option 1. Medicare Advantage plans normally include the Part D prescription drug plan as part of the plan. And the only reason typically they don't is because people that already have prescription drug coverage that are retired, such as veterans, might be getting their drugs in a different way, and Medicare becomes primary. And just the way it works is sometimes better for the veteran to have a plan that does not have Medicare Part D because it can block access to theirs. So, okay. Research from AARP found that so this has to do with technology and seniors. More and more seniors do have access to technology to stay with, and that happened since COVID-19. There are still, in my view, there's still plenty of seniors that don't really care for technology and want the in-person service. While MIS is a technology company, that we still have a lot of in-person services here. And the technology that MIS offers has more to do with helping people, helping the agent and the beneficiary track their care and their services and things like that. So, Craig, since nobody's on the line here, I don't agree with this slide at all. Not at all. It's not really how tech savvy the seniors are. I don't think, because I have plenty that are not at all. And so I think.
You can hide the slide.
Yeah, I can hide that slide. Our ability to help more people has increased exponentially with the help of technology, and that may be the case. And certainly would be the case if you are inclined to do more virtual type things, as we are doing today, and you can see me struggling with. That option is available, okay? And if you're on here and you've done it, you're doing it, and you're here, right? The Medicare opportunity has never been so attractive. Okay. So, MIS has developed a business system. What we're doing today is called a company overview. And what we want to do during this overview and what we are doing is just letting people know who we are and what we do. It's called a company overview. We want to meet people that are in other businesses because there's opportunities to collaborate with other people, such as financial planners. You know, we can sometimes find money when we're working with our people because people are paying too much for the services they're getting. Also, even a stronger message there when it comes to financial planners is that, of course, the financial planner has a lot to do and doesn't have time to do the detail work that we do in Medicare. That's what's good about specializing. There's riches and niches, and Medicare is a niche for sure. So when we talk to financial planners, their interest is to make sure their client is taken care of to the best way they know how. And the best thing they can do is refer them to us. So what happens is when they refer somebody to us, we are going to do the best job that we possibly can with that client. And that client then becomes happy with the services of the financial planner with the referral. That's what our goal is, not only with financial planners, but with whatever other businesses that we can interact with. Okay, so you do company overviews, and out of that, it is possible to get new agents. We can also get sales and referrals from those company overviews. Some people on the call here right now may know of somebody that needs help with it, and now that you know what we do, that would be a referral for us or you if you decide to join us. We have a tracking board, which is a system. We have a number of things that a new broker would need to go through, assuming that someone here signs up as a broker. That tracking board helps to keep track of licensing and things like that. It also helps to get going with the marketing and things that one must do to be successful with this business. But we have a secret sauce we'll talk about a little later that's even a little more compelling than just the tracking board. MIS handles or has leadership training and events. We do it 3 times a year approximately, as well as we have weekly meetings that we do on the phone. So you would be an independent agent, but you would not be doing this alone. You've got other people to work with. As you build your business, you will build cash flow, and you get renewals. And then, depending on what you want to do with it, you could build your own business and get other brokers to work with you, or you could just build a larger business on your own as well. So that is just like the company overview, or the business system that we have in place. We have a proven system. There's agent training, technology, recognition, and company events. All turn into serving more people, agent promotions, cash flow, and passive income. And we do get paid by the insurance companies for renewals, so that's where the passive income comes from. Okay, so it's a turnkey business model. Okay, now when I mentioned secret sauce a little bit earlier, we have many agents that are part of MIS. We're in, I don't know how many states now, quite a few states. And our more experienced agents mentor other agents. And we have kind of a unique culture in that an agent that sponsors somebody, that person becomes their, we call it downline, but there is no upline and downline the way this works. The way the money flows is completely different than that. I don't like to use that term. But the people do, the agents build their own network of people to work with, and you would expect the upline agents to mentor the people in their downline. But we have many people in the organization. We do cross mentoring. We help each other, and by doing that, it just makes it more powerful. So we have a lot of cross mentoring that takes place, as well as, you know, and sometimes that happens just because of geographic convenience. And so that's what we do. Our Medicare mentors, experienced seasoned Medicare agents, will walk you through the MIS leadership system step by step. Weekly Zoom training, in-person events, contests, recognitions, and awards. And it says here, took the words right out of my mouth, a unique culture of teamwork, collaboration, and support. So these are the people right now that we have in the organization that are the Medicare mentors, and we're building more all the time. Yours truly is down there in the right corner. That's me. But then there's everybody else here too. Okay. Now this Julie Fitzgerald here, who you just saw in the upper right here, on the top row, she has a little something that she would like to say to you on this little video, which I'm going to play for you. That didn't play. It went to the next slide. So let me try.
It's not just a job, it's a career that helps me help others in ways that I never knew possible. I know that I've helped people in ways that help them financially with their Medicare health insurance, and it wouldn't have been possible without meeting Steve and John and all the training that they do, all the people that work with us, together with us, have been amazing. the technology, the tools that we're learning. It's just great. I know God is with me in this work, so love it. I love it. It's my niche.
They offer so much when it comes to leadership, training, helping to build my agency. And those are just the beginning points. They're always working on our side to help us with things such as our new Spark platform, which has been a couple years now, but it still feels new. Customer service support. Today we did some really great things in our training where we learned financial planning. Like, what kinds of tools would we use to plan for our futures in our retirement? That just is a little intro as to why I've been with them for 11 years. So.
I can just talk about, I can give stories. Okay, well, I do have client stories to tell. I've helped people. I had one lady that had like 14 prescriptions. I went down there and we just put the 14 in there. Then after looking at what she had, it turned out I found out that she was eligible for Medicaid, not only Medicaid, but she was eligible for the Medicare Savings Program, which allowed her to have Medicaid help her with her deductibles and copays and get her prescriptions for $0. And she didn't know that before. And signed her up, and she's my client today. Yeah. I have many stories that we have. One thing that if you are out there, if you are looking to be a broker with the organization or any organization, you're doing some shopping, the questions to ask is, what kind of support are you going to get, from the organization? We have besides our meetings and everything else that we do to support our agents, we have this tool called Spark, which is a wonderful tool. One might think it's just a CRM, but it's not. It's, far more than that. Spark allows us to put in fact, all my records are in there in Spark. Prescriptions, we can write notes, stories, and things like that. I write lots of notes. We keep track of other things for compliance purposes, but doctors, medical issues, the plan they're in, all of that goes in there. Spark has a group of people called navigators, which are on the other side of this platform. So when I put the information in there, that information becomes available to navigators so that when we get busy, and for example, we get busy and someone needs help with the bill, or somebody needs help finding a doctor, or getting their prescription filled, their over-the-counter doesn't work, over-the-counter card doesn't work, I or the client or the beneficiary can put a ticket in here, and the navigator will call the doctor, the hospital, the lab test, the pharmacy, or whatever, as much as they can do without a license. And they will do that work for us and then report back to the client and myself, or you, to report on the outcome. So prior to this, I did a little bit of work in property and casualty, and the overhead was so overwhelming. What this does is allow someone to start small and have this support that'll help you continue to work on the aspects of building the business while still providing a very high level of support for your clients. It's a fantastic tool. It comes at no cost to you. For those brokers that build an agency, there is a limit on how much. It's not a limit, but after so many phone calls and everything for the larger brokers, then you do begin to pay for those calls, but it is well worth it, and it's way less than you'd ever pay hiring somebody to do that kind of work. They also have some marketing, so you can print some documents and things like that, or flyers and marketing things. There's a compliance tool. And it keeps improving, getting better all the time. That comes with joining us, and it's paid for through My Insurance Solutions. This is just saying everything I just said a minute ago. Discover tech that doesn't exist at any other FMO. Okay, let's see. Leverages time, builds relationships, grows revenue. It does make it very easy to find out what plans are available for a particular client. There's some interfaces that provide us with interfaces to external systems that allow those systems to do comparative research for us very quickly. This is provider research, but also we do research on plans that are available as well. Billing support, appointment scheduling. Part D assistance. Okay. So we have another person. His name is Craig Wilcox. He is, I think you were the first agent in Nevada, correct? First agent with My Insurance Solutions in Nevada. It's now been a number of years. And so he still feels the same way as he did when he did this video.
So I came from 30 years in healthcare, and I got a lot of experience with how healthcare works and doesn't work. So when I sit down with my Medicare clients, I talk to them about something they know about too, which is the dysfunction in the healthcare system, the cost and those kinds of things. So when I sit with them, I explain to them, to my new clients, I say, I can't fix the healthcare system for you, but what I can do is help you navigate it. So Spark is a big part of helping me help my clients navigate the healthcare system.
I have been using Spark for just about a year now, actually. And one of the things that I absolutely love about the team behind Spark and their developers is how responsive they've been to our feedback and making updates to the system. It's absolutely a great system to use. It's so easy and user-friendly. So that's one thing that I really love. I'm very pleased with the Spark platform, and I know that it's just going to continue to get better and be an even more valuable tool in my business.
The corn. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay. Compensation. How do we get paid? We're paid by insurance companies. Whenever we make a sale, that person becomes our client, and then we get paid on a residual basis because every month they're on the plan. We are there to support our clients. Okay. The amount we get paid is regulated by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. The maximum amount is set virtually, I think just about all the companies pay the maximum rate. So we make the same regardless of what insurance company that we sell a plan to. So we really are very agnostic with respect to which plan it is. The only thing that concerns us really is which company and which plan is best for the client. So that's very nice. So how can you make a difference? Now, when here we do see a lot about the system and the agents and becoming an agent, but we are interested in more than that. If you are a business, we want to find ways to collaborate with you to help you with your business. I think I talked about financial planners earlier. You could become a client, potentially, or you may know somebody who would like to become a client. And we can provide a little bit of referral, legally provide a referral fee to help people that way too. Medicare professional means that you could join us, and we're going to help you with going through the entire process of doing it. I don't think there's any business that it is more economical to start than this. There are some costs. You have to do licensing. So we want to be upfront in terms of, what those costs are. We have no cost to join My Insurance Solutions. And we can talk about how the money flows through the system and how that all works. But it doesn't cost anything. And you own your own book of business, too. That's very important when joining an FMO or any insurance organization. I have heard many stories about people joining even well-known insurance firms and finding out that either losing their book one way or the other to that firm. I am one of them. I didn't have much of a book, but I did lose some clients that way. So we have this little form here. It's we would love for you to fill this out, and you can check the boxes there that says how you would like to interact with us. You can do this by entering the QR code. Take a picture of the QR code and filling out the form there. If you'd like a free Medicare analysis appointment for yourself, you could do that. I would, others that could benefit from a free Medicare analysis appointment. I'd love to learn more about serving my community by becoming an agent. Or you know someone else who would be, somebody that that might have been in sales and might not be doing very well with it for one reason or another. The sales opportunity that we have for brokers is really compelling. It really is compared to other options. So we'd be happy to talk to you and to help you navigate the option that we have available and to see if it is something that can work for you. No pressure at all. We'll just talk about it and find out if it's going to be something that matches your need. And it doesn't, one of the things not checked on here is we're also looking to collaborate with other businesses too. Financial planners, how can we help you? Realtors, how can we help you? That's what we're about. We like to see everybody succeed and be happy. So that's the presentation. Does anyone, oh, my screen sharing is paused. Okay. Let me get the share here.
I can still see your screen.
You can still see my screen.
Yes,
I'm going to change the share to the room, I think.
CJ?
Yeah, I am very rough on this right now because I want to go back. I want to unshare. I'm going to go back. Can you see?
You will be a pro when you're done.
Thank you. It's going to take a while. Okay. What I want to do now is go back to my camera. Oh, I know how to do that. Let me go back to the camera. Let's see. Oh, I'll just stop the share. Just stop that. Okay. Now we're back in the room. And if I go over here and I can switch to the camera where you see my face. And if we had other people in the room and they wanted to talk, the idea is that they would be able to participate in the meeting. You can see that. For some reason, I don't think that is working because I don't hear you talking through that, CJ.
Testing. Okay.
Let's see here a minute. Well, I can try to make it go there. Here, let's try this. Okay, can you talk now?
Testing.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3. You can hear it now?
Yeah, so okay, can we hear you now?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me now?
There we are. Okay. Yes. And so now you're in the room with us.
Okay.
So that's the idea. I just picked the wrong one over here. So that is go number one for doing business overview meeting. We have 3 more this month, and we'll continue after that. So that's it.
So,
oh, it's stunning.
So looking at that PowerPoint presentation, are you going to move that one slide to be the first one when you start talking about Spark so that it flows better?
Start talking about Spark.
You gave all the information, and then the last slide about Spark was like, should have been the beginning.
I'll have to look at it. Let me see. What's that? Oh, I don't anymore either, I don't think. I was trying to get into that to print. I happen to have one that I printed today over there. Anyone come? Ice cream? No. Yeah. Yeah. We handed out a lot of flyers. There's some going to go out. She's got a friend who came here today, and we just got access to the printer, so they're able to print some, and gave him some of those, and he's going to bring it at some of the other events and have them out there. So we're just going to keep coming back. The presentation is MIS's, and there's a few things I'd like to change in there a little bit as we go through. Yeah, you're the only one here, so we can talk.
Right on.
I don't see anyone else here in the room.